What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the 210 show. We're going to cover some pretty good topics for you. We're going to talk some NFL, some college football, and whatever else the hell we want to talk about. But before we get to that, let's do some introductions.
This is Angry Joey.
This is the Hater with Facts. Happy New Year to those who didn't listen to our last pod. Happy New Year, everybody.
Absolutely. And I'm Mr. Raider. I want to second that. Happy New Year's to everybody. All right. So, fellas, I think we got some stuff to say. So let's do some NFL first. Who wants to take it?
Well, first of all, sorry that we actually went a little MIA on y'all. We with the holidays and stuff like that. But yeah, I have some families to think about too. So but we had some crazy games this last weekend, wouldn't you say, gentlemen?
Absolutely. Some good games.
Hell yeah. If we want to, we'll take it out. We'll just take it in order. Let's start with the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears, gentlemen. The Packers had a 21-6 lead going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And the Bears came back and beat them 31-27.
Crazy.
Okay,
Hey,
so when
y'all see that
when
dime?
you know that as a Lions fan, you hear the glee on this motherfucker's voice right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
know. I could just hear it coming off of his voice, man.
Son of a bitch, they're haters. Oh my god, you couldn't be
Like,
any more
savor it,
happy.
Rico. Savor it.
Hey, man, look.
Don't drink the whole bottle.
No, man, I'm telling you, dude. Like the Packers. Yeah, I guess for me as a Detroit Lion fan, between the Bears and the Packers could always eat a pack of,
No, yeah, go ahead and say it.
All right, fine. They can eat a pack of dicks. All right, and and the only reason why I give the Bears a pass, at least this time, is because we let them use our offensive coordinator be their head coach. And the fact that he has such a hatred for the Packers, I think he developed that from us. So, Chicago, you're welcome. And as far as, to me, the icing on the cake was the look on Matt LaFleur's face when he had to shake Ben Johnson's hand.
Oh,
And the
hell
fact
yeah.
that Ben Johnson wouldn't even look at him in the eyes. And you can just see like how much anger he has for this and disdain for this man. It's wonderful. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And two things. First, did you see that dime that Caleb Williams threw off
Yes.
the back foot going one side? I mean, that was an incredible throw. Incredible throw. Probably the best throw all year that I've seen anyway.
And he's had two of those so far.
Yeah. And then
in
the second thing
2025.
is the locker room. Ben Johnson said, F the Packers. F
Yes.
those guys. I was like,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that was nasty. That was definitely nasty. Yeah,
The
no
head
love there.
coach saying F the Packers.
Yeah. Needless to say, if things don't go well in Chicago, the Packers will not be picking up the phone at all.
Yeah.
They won't dial his number at all. I love it.
But I thought we were saying that the Packers are pretty much fool's gold all year, weren't we?
Kind of, sort of. I mean,
Yeah.
they were suspicious. I think that I think it was more Jordan Love than anybody else. I mean, I don't think that it was much of the Packers defense or anybody else. I mean, I think it was more their quarterback.
Except for the fourth quarter of this last game. Man,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't even blame Jordan Love for I mean his overall performance, like his box score was great. But I think they couldn't run the ball that well. And he had I guess he thought he put in enough work. I guess that's all I can say on that. But Caleb Williams look, I think they play the Rams next. So this is I don't know if he'll be able to get away with some of the shenanigans that he had this week. I still doubt that, but to me, just to see the Packers just wallow in misery is just it's just music to my ears, y'all. It really, really is.
That actually brings up a good point. What is the Rams about? I mean, do you think they're for real? I
Yes.
mean, I guess we're going to find out. Because I mean, they've been so up down these last couple weeks.
I mean,
the fact that they fucking lose to the Falcons
yeah.
and the way that they actually did, you know,
I thought
I
that
just
was
can't figure
intentional.
them out. You know, I mean, one moment, Stafford looks like, just a absolutely perennial Hall of Famer, and then the next, he looks like shoveled shit. I mean, I just can't figure him out. Puka Nacua, I mean, you know what you're gonna get with that dude. I mean, he's a bad man. But I just don't know what to make of the Rams. I just don't know.
Well, we'll start with the game first. So they end up coming back to beat the Panthers, and to me, I just put it. I just say that they played with their food. That's
Well, yeah,
basically how I put
and
it.
they barely beat the
Yes.
Panthers. I
Well,
mean, the
don't
Panthers
sleep
who
on the
are
Panthers now. Don't sleep on them. They've shown a lot of improvement
they
from
have,
defensive.
within the last, I would say, what, 2-3 months, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They seem
Yeah.
to
but
start to
before
figure
then,
it out a little bit.
they were still the joke of the league. I mean, but still, I honestly think that the Rams were, well, they were supposed to be so much better of a team than the Panthers, and they actually cut it down to the wire. So I mean, do the Bears really have a chance? I think they really do.
I
I
think they
don't
do
say.
too.
Yeah. I'm not going to say they don't have a chance. All I'm saying is, just to touch a little bit about the Panthers first. I think the fact that they were able to execute that last second drive that the Rams did, the fact that they were able to do that and move down the field without using a timeout told me everything that they felt about that game. I feel like that they knew that they could turn it on at any time, and they were quote unquote saving themselves for the next round. I think that's how they did it. Now, that's not something you want to do, especially in an NFL game. You don't want to do that, but they got away with it. But I'm pretty sure, Sean McVay will be on their asses this week in practice, and they know going up to Chicago, especially with the type of victory that they had, that they will have their hands full with those guys, especially, no lead is safe. As long as there's time on the clock, they're gonna keep fighting. And so they're gonna be on their best behavior going into this game. But man, the dimes that Matthew Stafford put on, especially like I said, in that 2-minute drive,
Oh
told
yeah,
me everything I need to know. Like, he can
yeah.
deal.
Yeah. Oh, he can deal. Yeah, I agree.
He
I
locked in. I would just push back on the Panthers being the laughingstock of the league or the joke of the league. I actually think that's the Cleveland Browns, to be honest with you, as much as I hate to say it, because I think with the Jaguars and with the Panthers, I mean, they were they were bad, bad, bad. What, last year and the year
Yeah.
before,
Oh, absolutely.
and that just goes to show you, man. Again, coaching matters, right? So those two guys are
Oh, and
really
most
good really good coaches,
Okay, so I'm
and
gonna actually, play on that one just a little bit there, Raider. Okay, so the my beloved Broncos, they were fixing to play either the Bills or the Jags. And to be honest with you, as bad as the Bills actually beat the shit out of my Broncos last year in the playoffs, I was more fearful of the Jaguars this year. Because I mean, they look really, really good. And
yeah,
I mean,
they're peaking at the right time.
yeah, they are. I think the Jags are a legit team, going forward. I don't know what got into Lawrence. I don't know what happened, what flipped the switch, but he actually started playing some really fucking good ball.
Yeah,
And I mean,
Kobe
he has a
Myers.
really good supporting cast. I mean, so I think the Jags are going to be a team to watch in the future.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said it. You said it, Mr. Raider. Jacoby Myers was the best thing that ever happened to Trevor Lawrence.
yeah.
Like,
Well, and
he's
ETN being healthy
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
I don't know if they'll be able to resign him back or not, but that should be a priority.
should
Um,
be.
yeah. But since you brought up Trevor Lawrence, playoff Trevor Lawrence showed up, y'all. It showed up again. They had the chance to seal the deal against the Buffalo Bills, and again, the first play of the drive, he throws a pick and ends the game. L- Like,
Crazy.
I mean, I don't know about this dude, man. Like, He's one of the biggest teases in all of NFL, man. Like I just just the second that you want to give him a little bit of credit and think that he's about to get over the hump, he just he just poops down his big boy pants yet again. It's insane. It's insane. But what do you do with him? He's already making all the money.
Yeah.
Well, he's
You just
making
want to see
money, and
improvement.
yeah, and he just got you to the playoffs. You're not going to cut him. I mean, he shows tons of upside. He just, like you said, he's just not clutch at this point. I mean, I, I I'm with you there, Hater. I don't know what to say about that dude. I mean, because he shows signs of brilliance from time to time, and then he just disappears and throws pick after pick or fumble or just silly decisions and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
what to think, man.
so I got a question for both of you. Okay, so in this playoff game, who would you rather have as your quarterback, Jordan Love or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh shit, that's
Um,
uh, that's tough. I guess depending on which
wow.
offensive line you're behind. Whew.
If you had to pick one.
Okay, so behind the best offensive line in the league, without
No,
saying any
no,
names.
we're not doing any other exterior. Just like if you going into the playoffs, say like the games didn't happen yet from last weekend, going in there and you had to pick a quarterback, who would you ride with? Jordan
Are you
Love
talking
or Trevor Lawrence?
fantasy purposes?
No, just like
No,
NFL.
just NFL,
Just
just in general. Like if you had to pick one of them to be a quarterback of your team for this playoff game, who are you picking?
So Lawrence on the Jaguars, Love on the
Packers.
I gotta go with Love.
I think I'm there too.
I
It's
mean,
very
I just,
close, but at least
Trevor Lawrence, he had, a little bit of a Cinderella story, at the end of this year, but other than that, I mean, there's too much history of distrust there. So I'd have to go with Jordan Love.
yeah, I'm there too. Only because at least I know when when he's on his good streak, I know it can last at least 5 to 6 games. And this playoff performance at least told me that he's capable of being of putting together a good performance throughout the entire game. But it just but with Trevor Lawrence, it's like it doesn't matter what the situation is, what type of team he has around him, he is going to short circuit somewhere. You just don't know when, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the talent that he has, and it's so
Yeah.
misleading.
Well said. I don't know. I'm going to point the question right back at you, Raider. What do you think?
I would take Jordan Love just because I would trust him a little bit more, but it wouldn't be by a very large amount. The margins would still be pretty much small. But I think he had a better game than Trevor Lawrence this past weekend. So I would
Yeah.
lean Jordan Love. But again, he hasn't done shit either,
Right.
though.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yep.
So at least I put it like this. I put it like this, Raider. At least
I
with
mean, in the
Jordan Love
playoffs. I'm sorry, Hater. I mean, in the playoffs, he hasn't done shit in the playoffs. He's looked good in the regular
Agreed.
season at times, just like Trevor Lawrence has. But I was just talking about the playoffs. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. The only difference between Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love in the playoffs that actually giving him any type of notoriety is the fact that Jordan Love beat the Cowboys. That's it. But I was just gonna say, at least with Jordan Love as a coach, I think I know how I can build around him to minimize the risk of him blowing up.
Yeah.
With Trevor Lawrence, even at this point in his career, I still don't know what that perfect formula is to minimize the amount or criticality of mistake that he can cause. You
And
know?
that dude's played a lot of football, man. He's played a lot
Yeah.
of football.
Yeah. Especially for somebody with his resume, both coming into the
Yeah.
league and at
Like
least
primetime football, college
right.
and NFL,
Yeah.
Shit, high
Yeah.
school too. I think he was
He was
highly.
undefeated in high school, I think.
Yeah. Like Kyler Murray. Remember Kyler Murray was undefeated as well.
Mhm. Yeah, he's a Texas legend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's mind numbing, and I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of bad for some of these general managers that have to deal with this and evaluate them, and especially when their agent comes calling talking about, yeah, I need top 10 quarterback money, which both of them have. It's just like there's a need for some type of middle tier of of quarterback money that needs to be, given to these guys, in comparison to where they're at right now. But
I
but
think
we already know that bag is out. So
I think I saw a statistic, and I'm probably gonna butcher it, but it was somewhere. You could probably Google it, but it said the quarterbacks that are making 55 plus million a year, I think they've only won maybe a combined 4 or 6 playoff games. I could be wrong on that. I just saw this
mm,
interesting stat come across one time on an article. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't, but think about
uh,
all the guys that are getting paid that much. Like Dak Prescott, he's getting paid what, 62?
60.
Yeah. He's only
Yeah.
won 1, 2 playoff games?
Uh, I think he has two. I think he has two the entire time he's been around. So yeah. Well, yeah. Of the guys that are making 55 or more, so that's Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott. So of the five, the only ones that have had significant playoff success has been Josh Allen and Joe Burrow.
I mean, that's it's up in most of those wins came
It's
from.
yeah, that's accurate. That's showing up accurate.
Yeah,
And then
okay, so there it is. Yeah, I
yeah,
couldn't quite recall fully what the metrics were on that, but I thought that was fascinating,
mm-hmm,
and telling at the
yeah,
same time.
it is. Man, oh my god. Anyway,
All right. What was the next game?
the next game was okay. Yeah, let's get to the more fun games first. So Philly and San Francisco, man.
Oh,
Wow, here we go.
oh man, here
Philly
we
and San
go.
Francisco, man. Look, I pay attention to some other podcasts that are out there, and uh, hell, I'll call them out. Speak easy, boy. Them dudes,
Where the hell is Tony with takes when you need him, right?
man.
Yeah.
I was happy. I was happy for him. I was happy for him. I was happy for Brock Purdy, especially for all the shit that he was getting, especially from the Philadelphia contingent.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had his struggles, but against a top 3, top 4 defense, I would say he held in there. He held on strong. He lost George Kittle too, which is definitely disappointing. That I feel bad
Achilles,
for him.
Yeah.
Achilles,
Yeah,
for the love
and
of God, that poor bastard. I mean, he just cannot stay healthy. I
no,
mean, what the heck? I mean,
that sucks,
this
Hey,
dude.
this
it's that
one
field, man.
that's gonna go into half of the next season, I would say.
It's that
Oh, at
field.
least.
Achilles is a big deal.
And I saw
Yeah.
it snap too. Like you could definitely tell that when the snap happened, like when he planted his leg, I was like, oh my god. I mean, it was pretty clear and obvious. But
Yeah. Yeah.
and despite the fact that for the most part the Eagles had the 49ers run game locked up, but man, but Kyle Shanahan, he dialed up them plays when he needed to.
Yep.
Brock Purdy stood in the gun and took it, and they got the job done, 23-19, and it was the thing I love most, y'all, was when
Oh,
they ran that trick play, right? And Juwan Jennings threw that touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey.
Crazy. That was crazy.
And you could hear a pin drop in that stadium, dude. That thing was so satisfying. I was like, they were stunned. And I was like, there's no way. And what's so even funnier still was the reaction from Tom Brady on the call. Like he was like, "Oh my god," or something like that. Like he was like kind of like a fan himself, right? And this is probably the only time I'll ever give Tom Brady credit on commentary. But the way his excitement was in his voice and the inflections in his voice, it was really really cool to see that happen, and then and just see the look on the on the Eagles defenders' faces. It was just absolute gold, man. I absolutely loved it.
I agree with you, man. That was pretty cool, but one of the ones that actually captured me was AJ Brown getting it mixed up with his head coach. I mean, it almost looked like they were going to go into a fist fight. I mean, that was beautiful. I was just like, "Oh, this is Philly at its finest."
Yeah.
His coach was cussing him out for freaking dropping that catch he should have made.
No. That's not. No, that wasn't why. See, that's what everybody thought. But in reality, AJ Brown was so slow getting off the field that they was going to get 12 men on the
Oh,
field
yeah,
before they could
that's
punt the
right.
ball.
He's trying to get him off the field. That's right. Yeah.
So Sirianni was just and I guarantee you, this will be the only time I'll defend Sirianni on anything. But he was right. He was trying to get him off the field. A.J. Brown was so in his feelings that he thought that Sirianni was getting after him for dropping the ball. So that's why he went back at him. And he's like, no, I need you to get off the goddamn field so we don't get a penalty, man. Stay focused. So it's just
So
a
where
microcosm.
do you guys think that A.J. Brown lands next? Because you know he's not going to be with Philly next year.
I think he hurt himself because he quit. He quit on the routes.
He did.
If you watch him all year, he pretty much quit, dude. Like, I saw him run a route and didn't even make an attempt to catch this ball. The dude's like, what, 6'3", 245, 6'5"?
He's a big boy. He's a big
His
boy.
catching radius is ridiculous. He's like Anquan Bolden 2.0, you know, and I just saw him quit. And then, granted, I only watched maybe like 3 Eagles games this year, but I think he didn't do himself any favors, and I would be very leery or hesitant if I was another team to have him on my squad, to be honest with you, because that shit's a cancer if you're quitting on your teammates. And I don't know the guy. I'm pretty sure he's probably a great guy, but I can only tell you what it came across as a fan, what I saw on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You know, but at the end of the day, the Eagles, they just totally shit the bed.
They did, dude.
Yeah. A.J. Brown
Jalen Hurts looked so bad. Jalen Hurts looked so bad. I don't think I've ever. Well, I saw him do a couple bad games, but man, he has regressed. I don't know what the issue is. You know.
So, and I have a theory, and I would love for your gentleman's take on this. I feel like Jalen Hurts has a trust issue. I just don't know where his lack of trust where it relies. I don't know if he didn't trust the offensive scheme as a whole, if he didn't trust his teammates, or if he does not trust what he sees post snap. I don't know which one, but that's what I feel like.
I think he is turnover risk averse. Like, if it's not like open, you know what I'm saying? Or like a one-on-one, man-on-man goal ball that he can throw down the field 50 yards because he's a good deep ball thrower. But anything between short and intermediate, if it's not open, he can't really throw into those tight windows. As for what I saw, I think that's what it is. I don't think he wants to turn the ball over because he'll get probably schwacked. And sorry, Joey. And I also read an article when I was traveling back to San Antonio where it said that a lot of the teammates were talking to some of these journalists and saying that on the offensive side, they had to dumb down a lot of their plays and their formations and stuff like that because Jalen Hurts just wasn't picking it up. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they were reporting.
Shady McCoy was saying the same thing.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. And you know him, like he's all Eagles all day, and he very rarely says anything negative about Jalen Hurts or the Eagles. And he had he had to come out to admit 2 things. First, he gave credit to Brock Purdy. That was that was satisfying in itself. But then he was like, if Brock Purdy was a quarterback of the Eagles instead of Jalen Hurts, they would probably be on a Super Bowl run right now. That actually came out of his mouth. Dang. And I was like, whoa.
Okay, so with that said, do you think that Hurts' problem is that maybe he's afraid of the game? Is he afraid of actually, failing? That kind of thing.
And he lost his trigger finger.
Gives him, just lockjaw of the arm type thing.
Yeah. He lost the trigger finger, bro. He really did. Because you remember that Super Bowl against the Chiefs, the first one? Like, he threw it all over the field, man.
Yeah,
man.
It seems that he's like in a seizure of some sort. I don't know what to call it, because I mean, this is not the Jalen Hurts that we've been seeing over the last couple of years, but he just seems locked. He just seemed decisive, or I don't know how to place it, I mean, but the problem is that it's affecting the entire team. And that includes A.J. Brown. That includes Saquon Barkley. That includes the offensive line. I mean, his decision-making is just locked.
The offensive line wasn't as good as it was in years past either, man, which is kind of...
I mean, when they lost Kelsey, I mean, and he was kind of the heart of the interior, I mean, that was a huge loss.
Yep.
I don't know if that's where it started or what, but Yeah, he just looks like a husk of himself. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Do y'all? Do
So
y'all? Go ahead, Rico. I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
you're fine.
Do
So
y'all?
I was go ahead, go ahead.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead, man.
Oh man.
I'll wait till you're done.
Okay. So I was gonna say, so like I think just to piggyback on what you said, Angry Joey, if when you look at how long that Jalen Hurts has been with the team, and he's essentially now I know he's had offensive coordinator changes each and every year. That does factor into it a little bit. But this kind of ties back to my criticism of Nick Sirianni because Sirianni has been there consistently the whole entire time. And he's supposed to be at least an offensive minded coach. So even though you have different offensive coordinators, at the very least, the backbone of the offense should still be predicated off of the ideas of Nick Sirianni. So I say all that to say, how can the drop off be this dramatic for Jalen Hurts when you've had the same head coach the entire time? Like, what type of communication do you have, or lack thereof, do you have with him that you can have such a drastic gap, or just a drastic gap in performance? It's insane. Now everyone wants to blame Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator, and I understand it. But again, I point back to much like how what the Lions had to deal with the first 3 weeks. Dan Campbell saw it in 3 weeks' time and was like, "No, we got to change this. We got to change this immediately." But yet Nick Sirianni never did. He just let it ride. And I'm like, wait a minute, what are you doing? So did Jalen Hurts not say anything? Was he too uncomfortable to say anything that something needs to change that he doesn't feel, or maybe he doesn't have enough offensive knowledge to even go to the head coach with suggestions to make changes to make himself do better.
I think it could be a cumulative effect. There, Hater. I mean, when you actually talk about the change in the offensive line, which was massive,
Mhm,
change in offensive strategy, change in coaching, minus what's his name, Sirianni. Um,
mhm.
I think that it was and I just think that maybe losing the way he did, might have actually had a mindset or something. I don't know. I think that it was at the end of the day, I think it was a cumulative type thing that really fucked with him. I mean, that caused his play the way it is.
Yeah, I think both of y'all are on to something. Do y'all remember that period of time this year where they weren't being able to do the tush push successfully? You remember that?
Oh
They were
yeah,
Yes,
getting
well,
stopped.
that's not
yes.
the case anymore. They can't do
Yeah,
that.
right. And by the way, I'm gonna left turn. That was a Josh Allen got carried. That should have been a flag.
Th-
The offensive
Thank
lineman
you,
picked him up
thank you,
and walked his like that. Come on. Anyway,
thank you.
uh,
I said the same thing. I was like, his feet is off the ground. What are we doing? I
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm glad I know I wasn't the only one. Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right.
that.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you guys on that one, but okay.
What? Okay.
you're a
All right.
defensive guy. What are you talking about,
All
man? You
right.
disagree with us.
No, I have my own views on that whole thing, but yeah, the tush push that's been pretty much relegated from the Eagles. It's they just don't have the offensive line to be able to do it. And let's face it, guys, Kelsey, he was the anchor of that. And
Yeah.
without him being in the game, I mean, that just pretty much nullified that whole effect. So,
Well, they might as well
and
go ahead and prepare themselves. 'Cause I think it's going to go away. I think they're going to get the votes to ban it.
possibly. All right. So, next game.
All right. Well, you brought up Josh Allen, so let's get to it. No, wait, no. We talked about that. Okay. So now to the snooze fest of the weekend. New England and the Chargers, 16-3. Um, Justin Herbert was absolutely destroyed. They carried that team as best they could, but that offensive line and its flaws were exposed for everybody to see, and Justin Herbert paid the price. He's probably gonna have to be put on ice for like probably a good 2 months before we see him again, just to recover from all the whacks that he got. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
And,
he
and
was.
Harbaugh fired everybody.
Yep, and rightfully so. So,
It's just like none of you motherfuckers or none of you people are getting on this plane. You gonna take a you gonna
yeah,
need a bus transfer and $1.25 and a transfer.
or just ride Spirit Airlines.
Right. Right.
So now I mean, just a couple takeaways, right? So the O line for both teams, very suspect. I think the Patriots, they get Houston. Ugh.
I think the Patriots are gonna get humbled. I really do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even though we'll get to that game later, but yeah, I still believe that the Patriots might bite off a little bit more than they could chew at this point. They were very fortunate to play a Chargers team that was very very injured, to say the least. But how I don't know how much of a waste of a season it was for the Chargers, especially how promising it's all started. But the injury bug bit them really hard. So I don't know like how
That's true.
quickly. Yeah, I don't know how quickly they can recover going into next season, though.
Gentlemen, I got to tell you, I mean, the Chargers, they're like one of the guys in our fantasy league. They are the most snake bit team imaginable. They
Next to the
all
Niners.
well, with the Niners, but they somehow seem to be able to persevere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
that's true.
Chargers, I mean, my God, they always seem to just they take the worst injuries at the worst possible times. I mean,
Yeah.
and I would feel sorry for them if they weren't an AFC West challenger. But at the end of the day, I mean, it just
It's
sucks for them. I mean, my God.
Yeah, especially for a
Respect.
team with so much promise too.
I'm kind of wondering, what they would look like, if they actually had full strength going into that game. Because they
Yeah.
only what did they lost 16-3?
16-3, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
and
it didn't seem
I
like
mean, if they had just if they didn't have so many injuries and they had a little bit better cast on the wide receiver core and a good tight end and stuff like that. I mean, that could have gone a different way. I mean, I agree with you guys. I think that New England, I think they're going to get surprised by the Houston defense because I think that Houston's defense is fucking legit. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Because what they did to the fucking Steelers was criminal. But anyway, I damn near feel sorry for the Chargers and what happened to them.
yeah, well, this game, even though the scores is 16-3, that was the biggest butt kicking, 16-3 butt kicking I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Herbert, he was on his ass the entire game.
Yes.
You was seeing ghosts out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to tie a bow on this, for the Patriots, I mean, they did just enough to win. Like, like, hey, you know what? Defense, do what you need to do. Just carry us this game because they knew what they knew what they were going against, and so they ain't had to do anything fancy and stuff like that. They just clocked in and just took care of business. But their real test will be next week, and a lot of pressure is going to be on them because they're the home team. So, but I do find it funny that two Patriot players are now coaches, and they're going to be they're going to be facing up head to head. So that should be very interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Can we say that Will Anderson and what's that other dude that plays right next to him?
Danielle Hunter?
Yeah, those guys are football players, bro. Football players, like through and through. They're great, man. Good talent. What a freaking draft that Houston had with Will Anderson and what was the other guy they drafted? Oh my God, they got them both. Remember in the first round?
Oh, Jalen. Yes.
Oh my God, I'll look it up.
Well, C.J. Stroud. It was C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. That's what they. Yeah.
Yeah, that changed the whole trajectory of their franchise, man.
Yep.
And then they got a good coach in D'Amico Ryans. So it's like, and that dude, you saw what he did for San Francisco, right?
Yep.
And he couldn't get a head coaching job for years. And look, Texans come along, get this dude. They got a good GM there. They're doing it the right way. Now if I was going to have a side piece, when I'm over there, I don't know, man. I don't know. One of them are looking kind of. She looking kind of good over there. Just saying.
You know what?
Yes. Sounded like
if
a
it
true bandwagon fan there, right there.
It was
uh,
called a side piece, fam, bro. But
Mr. Raider, if it wasn't for the fact of copyright rules, there's this. Oh, I forgot the name of the dude, but he got a song about side pieces, man. Every time you say something, man, that song pops into my head.
yeah,
But
it's like that Dr. Pepper commercial, right? Where he's
yeah,
like, "You have a side team?"
yeah, yeah.
He's like, "No, I don't." Yeah,
So
but
let me get this straight though. Speaking of of the of Houston,
Mm.
didn't CJ have like what five
yes. Yeah,
five fumbles in that game? So
yeah.
Yes.
let's not make any mistake. I can't remember how many he lost or anything like that, but I
He
do
lost 3 of
remember
them.
seeing the stat that he actually he actually put the ball on the ground like 4 or 5 times.
Well,
Yes.
to be
So
fair, the
that's
center,
that's that's kind of the scary thing. I mean, the fact that they actually beat the shit out of Pittsburgh the way they did, in spite of the fact that he actually put the ball on the ground that many times.
yeah, but to be fair, the center hiked the ball to him like twice when he wasn't even expecting it,
Oh,
and then like the first time it
regardless,
was a
my point
bad.
is that the ball was on the ground. Regardless of whether I'm not putting it on, CJ or anything like that. I'm just saying that the fact that they beat the hell out of the Steelers the way they did,
Yeah,
in
despite
spite of
that.
the fact that they actually fumbled the ball that many times and gave up the ball that many times, and they still managed to put up a 30 burger on them. I mean,
Well,
dude, that defense is fucking for real.
not only that, but it's something that we pointed to at the beginning of the season on this show, and the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers were basically an old folks home. And if you
Yeah.
look at how that game played out, is exactly how it should have, because when you have a team that old, eventually they're going to run out of gas. And in the fourth quarter, they ran out of gas because that defense was playing. They played hard the entire time, and they were
Yeah,
trying
they
to keep.
did.
They kept that
Yeah,
team in it.
they
You
did.
know, and in the fourth quarter, the bottom fell out. It's almost
And where
it's
did
almost
JJ?
like
Where did TJ Watt go? Like
I,
I don't think he made a single play besides the well, he made a fumble recovery, I think, right? But
I think yes, he did. Yeah, he did recover a fumble,
All
but
right, so this is a beautiful segue into one of the questions that one of our fans actually had about Aaron Rodgers. What do you guys think about that son of a bitch?
okay. Well, y'all already know if you are a listener of this show, you know exactly how I feel about Aaron Rodgers.
Well, being a Detroit Lions fan, of course we do.
The fact that I had to deal with this man since I don't even remember when the hell he was drafted, I really don't give a damn. But the simple
21
fact of the
years
matter
ago.
is, yeah, uh, the fact that I've had to deal with this man all this entire time, the fact that he got his ass whooped the way that he did, put a smile on my face. Now, I don't like it from Mike Tomlin. I respect Mike Tomlin as a man. I respect him as a head coach.
The fact. Okay, so I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna put on my Nostradamus hat and say that didn't I predict that Mike Tomlin and Raheem Morris were going to be on the hot seat? Now, to be fair, Mike Tomlin, he quit, but Raheem Morris didn't. But Mike Tomlin is still out. And wasn't I the one that said that those are two of the coaches that were going to be bounced out of the NFL off their teams?
Yes, you do deserve flowers for those predictions. You were correct. I will
Good
point
day,
out
old
though,
flowers.
I mean, no, just
Coming
no,
from a Raider, of course you would.
no. When you're right, you're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah, But I will say this though, like it seems to me, at least on the Mike Tomlin side of things, I believe that this was an agreement that they already had in place before the season started.
Probably so. But do you think that it was because of Aaron Rodgers? Here's a I don't know. This is a scandalous thought. Do you think that it was because of Aaron Rodgers that he decides to bump town?
No,
No,
no, because
um,
by all reports, it said they had a really good relationship. So I haven't seen or heard anything or saw any videos where it was said otherwise. So,
I'm just wondering if it was like a Russell Wilson Denver Broncos type thing.
I
no,
think he
That's
just looked at
I
the
haven't.
scenario and was like, you know what, this I'm not doing this again because we're not going to have because Aaron Rodgers looked every bit of 42 years old on a winter game playing against these young boys.
Yeah.
You know, these YNs were getting them. So
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I will say for Aaron Rodgers to behave the way that he behaves, it was very indicative of what it was coming down the pipe. I'll be honest, it just like Edgar Joyce, you gave yourself some flowers, and we gave you some flowers too on your prediction. I would also like to give some flowers because I said that Aaron Rodgers would possibly be the reason that Mike Tomlin might be out. Now I thought it was going to be the worst of worst things, whereas his consecutive streak of winning records would be gone because of him and everything else. But
and that was the only reason why I was asking. Was the fact that do you guys think that it was because of Aaron Rodgers that Mike Tomlin left?
Nah.
Okay, so I'm kind of 50-50 only because the idea of knowing how the Pittsburgh Steelers operate. They would rather be relevant than rebuild. And it's time for them to rebuild.
Yeah.
And
it is.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and I think Mike Tomlin knows that too. So if he sticks around, that's going to encourage the Steelers to keep everybody that's in place right now, and probably including Aaron Rodgers too. And I don't think he want to deal with that.
Well, not only that, but it's going to eclipse their ability to make a winning season, which they've been doing for what, the last
19 years.
19 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that legacy is in jeopardy at that point.
And again, and it's such like the last 3 games, and I'll let you chime in, Mr. Raider, real quick. If you look at the last 4 games of the Steelers, I feel like it was a mini, it was like a mini movie of the Mike Tomlin era in Pittsburgh, where they get a big win on the road against Detroit, despite the controversy, and despite the fact that the wide receiver did something absolutely stupid. Tomlin keeps them in place and keep their stuff together just long enough to win their next game, only to turn around and they lose to the Cleveland Browns because of the fact they didn't have all their players because the wide receiver did something stupid. But they still, but the scenario panned out just enough for them to get to the playoffs, but lose in the first round. So it was like all of that was just all in one thing. So I feel bad that it ended this way for Mike Tomlin, but I am happy that that Aaron Rodgers got his ass whooped one more time and he got to be the crying little baby that I always known he was. But go ahead, Mr. Raider.
Because everybody loves Mike Tomlin. I mean, he's a legacy. I mean, and anybody that actually hears the name Mike Tomlin, they're going to refer to the Steelers. Now, having said that, I can honestly hear in my skull a certain, how should I say, juicy fluid buildup in a certain member of a certain Raider that might be pounding on the door for Mike Tomlin to join his organization.
What an illustration there. Oh my God.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I think I just got a stiffy.
Oh my God. Okay.
Kind of what I was referring to. Just saying.
This is a rated R podcast. Okay, I make no apologies. I have been on record multiple times saying my dream scenario would be to have Mike Tomlin or Kubiak to be the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I think if we can get if we can get Mike Tomlin right and then pair him with Mike McDaniels as an OC.
Oh hell no, boy. That's not happening.
With the number 1 pick and Mendoza is a baller. So the defense, man, we're not like awful. We got some good young players. You got Max Crosby. I mean, shit, come on.
Maybe.
I think we can do something with it, but just get this guy quarterback. So I hope we get him. I hope we do.
Well, you can go ahead and cancel that pipe dream about Daniel coming to the Raiders.
Oh, I think it's a possibility. I don't think he wants anything to do with being a head coach right now because he's interviewed with the Browns, right? The Browns and what was the other team?
Has he already started interviewing?
He did.
Kind of curious, because I mean, I thought that he was about 25% chance that he was actually going to be going to the sidelines again, and 75% to joining the announcers.
No, actually, he interviewed with the Lions yesterday.
Lions.
Yes. He interviewed with the
what?
Lions
For
yesterday.
OC.
For OC.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I am
I
not.
think he wants to go back to being an OC because of the shit that he had to deal with as a head coach for a while. He needs a break, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's great, but good God, Rico, you gotta be high
dude.
over that. Over the
Hey,
moon.
I'm praying with all my might that we land him. If we don't even get me started. You talk about I'm not gonna repeat
That'd be
I'm not
huge
gonna repeat
for
what Randy just
Lions
said.
fans. That'd be
But,
huge.
huh?
That'd be
Yes,
huge for you Lions
absolutely.
fans.
Yeah, that will take care of the offensive side, and then all we got to do now. Of course, the pipe dream of all pipe dreams is if we land Mike McDaniel as an OC and we somehow trade for Max Crosby. That would be my off season. I will ask for nothing else. That's all I would need. But I'm not. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone.
I'm not worried. You guys the Lions, you still suck.
Damn. Damn.
What the
Who do y'all think the Raiders should be targeting then as head coach?
I'll be honest with you. Mike Tomlin would be an absolute game changer for y'all. Either him, and I was thinking, oh God, I can't think of his name now. Actually, I know you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this, Mr. Raider. I know you're not. But actually, Kevin Stefanski, because at least he can.
No.
I know. But I'm just saying he would stabilize your offense tremendously. But I will say as a wild card though, and I've heard this multiple times, and it would be absolutely cool if y'all did this, and I think it'll be a classic Raider move. Is you use the number 1 pick on Fernando Mendoza and you grab Cignetti from Indiana to be your head coach. That would be awesome.
Okay. I don't hate it, but he's never coached in the pros before, right? Am I right on that?
That is correct.
In any
if he's going to
capacity?
do it, and he already knows the trigger man for his offense. Hey, hey,
I don't hate it.
If he could turn around Indiana University in 2
Oh
years,
yeah, dude. Yeah.
hey, he could work some miracles with the Raiders too. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I agree.
Just out of curiosity, back to Aaron Rodgers. What is his future?
It doesn't exist. To be determined. His future is about as real as his supposed wife. Let's think about that.
Don't say it.
Nah.
Don't say it.
Nobody has seen what she looks like.
I knew you could do it.
Look, I'm not saying it's a catfish situation. I'm not saying that. But all I know is how is it this? How
This is
especially
another
after this
Teo
last,
situation.
look, all I'm saying is most of the time if you're a quarterback over 40 and you get pummeled the way he got pummeled, the first thing people would do, or at least the camera crew would do, will try to find your spouse to see what their reaction is. And all I know is we have not seen this woman since he said he got married. I don't believe she exists.
He did it, Joey.
Hey man, look. Hey, if he comes out,
I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Hey man, you better hope Aaron Rodgers don't listen to this podcast, man, because he's gonna come try to put some hands on you, bro.
Come get it,
dude.
Come get it.
Peter's on Peter, man. Oh my God, I dare him.
He said, "Come get it,
come get it." I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll slap him to sleep. You come mess with me. You come, man. Please. I got about 14 years worth of frustration to take out on his happy ass. Please come through. Look,
and this is what you call I wish a motherfucker would.
For real. You just play with me what you want to.
Around to find out.
You're gonna wish you had a wife to take care of your wounds after I'm done with you.
It's like I can see Rico. Please, Lord, send Aaron Rodgers to my front door.
Please, Lord, please. Please come knocking on my door. Come knock on my door. You knock on my doorstep. I wish you would. Like, please.
I'm not asking for any presents. I just want one thing.
Man, I'll have the spirit of Aiden Hutchinson one good time, and I'll put him on the ground. So,
it looks like that season out of Jackass 2, when that big ass, comes smashing into Bam's face and beats the bloody shit out of him.
Shit, man.
I'm
got me tearing up.
Man, I'm a peaceful individual, but boy,
man, piece him up. Piece him up.
Yeah. hold my peace, right? straight up Medea style, hold my peace. You know what I mean?
What the hand say to the face?
Yo. Oh my God. I don't know which one of y'all teed me up like that, but thank you. I appreciate that.
That's all Angry Joey, man. I knew. See, but what's hilarious though is we both knew where you're going instantly, and neither of us said anything to each other. You know what I'm saying? We know you that well, my friend.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, we
and to be
brothers.
honest with you, I'm kind of proud because that's something that I would do. You know? So, it was you that said this time. I love it, dude. I'm telling you, bro.
Man, all them Hail Marys in the threw on us, man. Please.
Yep. You
Yeah,
got. I think I'm
that's
starting to
eating my ass.
rub off on some people, man.
Well, we're brothers for a reason. You know what I mean?
Occasional Tourette's never hurt nobody but Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God.
Yes, exactly.
All right. I see we skinned that apple just quite enough. But you guys
Yeah.
think next.
Yes. Okay. So those are all the wild card games, and then now we get to the nitty gritty here. So this weekend we got. Whoo! I guess we'll go ahead and get this out the way. We got Denver and Buffalo, y'all. Denver and Buffalo Saturday at 3:30. 3:30 Central Time for those that keep score.
Can I just get a minute? Can I get a minute?
Sure. Go ahead.
Let me get this off my chest. My brothers in Christ.
Yes, sir.
Buffalo Bills make me sick. Make me sick. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I think they are the luckiest team in the NFL. The luckiest team. And if they make it to the Super Bowl, this better be the year for them. Because you don't have no Mahomes, you don't have no Burrow. They need to do it. And if they don't, it should be an epic fail worse than the ones losing 4 Super Bowls in my opinion. But they make me sick.
Mr. Raider, thank you. My thoughts exactly. We are on one accord on this.
Oh,
I was just telling Angry Joy at work today. I said there was no excuse. I understand that Denver has a hell of a defense that they bring into the fight. I understand that. I understand that the Bills wide receivers are all on injured reserve. I don't care. Josh Allen is an MVP. Josh Allen doesn't have to worry about Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, or Lamar Jackson.
Right.
You have a free pass. Get it done. I don't care. Make it happen. Because after this, I don't want to hear nothing else about Josh Allen being a super great quarterback and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Get it done.
Yep. And I think the Buffalo Bills fan base is awesome, man. I mean, who do you know that goes to a game at minus 20 degrees and shovel the snow for $20 an hour, work before they watch the game? They're incredible. But I'd be pissed if I was a Bills fan if they don't make it to the Super Bowl and win it. I'd be pissed.
For as close as they have been all these years, and the fact that they've been allowed to get away with such, they've been given a pass because of the quarterbacks that they have to go through, and I've been sympathetic to that. But this year, there's nothing. I'm sorry, and no offense, Edgar Joy, no offense, but you're talking about potentially you either have to face. Well, right now you're facing Bo Nix, Drake May, or C.J. Stroud. That's all that's in your path right now.
Drake
I'm sorry, Josh Allen, you had no excuse.
Worry about
Nothing. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, and the same thing for Sean McDermott too, man. Sean McDermott has been in this position way too many times, and he's had some dumbass coaching mistakes too. So,
again, how does he still have his job? After the season, if he keeps his job after the season, but Harbaugh and Tomlin are out, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm in a little bit of a conundrum here, simply because, Josh Allen, and for the listeners out there, if you've been listening long enough, know that I'm from Wyoming. So Josh Allen is a little bit of a prophet in Wyoming. Okay. And that makes things a little bit more complicated, to be a Denver Bronco fan and a Josh Allen fan. I've always grown up liking the Buffalo Bills and stuff like that. If I was to ever have a quote unquote side piece, it would probably
There's
be
that word again.
I mean, I just always admire Josh Allen, for his tough, his grit, his mentality, and just his way to persevere and so on and so forth. But against the Broncos, I will never root for that son of a bitch. I'm just saying. I mean, if it was any other team, then absolutely, I'd be a Bills fan today. But gosh dang, it's gonna be a tough battle. I think you hit the nail on the head in the sense that the Bills, they are very, very depleted at wide receiver. They lost 2 of their key wide receivers, so now they're down to their tight ends for the most part, and the likes of Brandon Cooks, who can still be a burner. They still have Cook in the backfield, who is very, very good. So I think that it comes down to the Denver defensive strategy on how to stop the run, and then, of course, how they execute the ball on offense. I'm still picking the Broncos to actually win this game, not because of, personal reasons or anything like that. I just think that they stack up a little bit better, because of all the little things that are coupling. One, the injury report, uh, the Bills, they're down 14 players, whereas the Broncos are down maybe 3. The fact that they're playing in Mile High, and it is gonna be absolutely raucous crowd, especially considering what happened last year in their loss. So, e I just think that there's a lot more to prove this year, but I think it's gonna be one hell of a game. I think it's gonna be a tight game, but I think that the Broncos have the edge on this one.
I got the Bills winning. Mm, it see, here's another confession. Joey, you made me hate the Broncos a little bit more this year, and it started when you cheered for the Cowboys against my Raiders. At that point, I was like, "Okay, that's it." So,
Why would I
I
cheer for anybody other than the Raiders?
I going for the Bills, and I want the Bills to win big time.
I'm sure you do.
No, I think it's gonna be a good game, but I still see the Bills winning this one by a touchdown at least.
Based on what?
Based on basically that they're gonna get calls. I think the refs are gonna be on the Bills side. Like, I don't have any evidence. I'm just speculating, I'm talking shit. But it seems to be the case that the Buffalo Bills are the luckiest team where they get a fumble or a call that goes their way or something that gets them over the hump. And I think the Broncos have more weapons, yes, obviously, but Josh Allen, man, you can't count him out, and this needs to be the one. He needs to be able to get it done. So let's see what happens.
Okay, fair enough. Hater?
I think Josh Allen should get this done. But I think it comes down to Sean McDermott versus Sean Payton. And I'm going to lean to the experience of Sean Payton. It's a home game for them. Their defense is absolutely amazing. And I Buffalo always comes up short. So I'm gonna say it again. Josh Allen should get it done, but if they don't, he should get every ounce of criticism thrown his way from now until the start of next season.
But they won't. They won't.
Well, I'll tell you what, they won't escape criticism on this show. I
Sure.
guarantee you
Sure.
that.
But I guarantee you the media will make excuses for him. I guarantee it. They
Well,
don't
they
do
kind of
that
already
for Lamar.
prominent. Yeah, they kind of already prominent already. Like, oh, he doesn't have any wide receivers. Well, he didn't have any wide receivers going into the playoffs. Well, his defense is not this or that. Well, they've always been that way. Josh Allen took a beating. He always takes a beating. So it's like
Yeah.
he has. There's nothing. There's nothing. If he's a superhero, to be a superhero. Damn it.
Yeah.
It's like
Shit, he's as
so.
close to one on the football field that we
Yep.
have.
Yep.
So,
And
good
he's got to
question, Daniel
learn.
Joey.
And he's got to learn when you are MVP, your standard changes. Is
Yep.
is no longer the number of excuses that you get is no longer acceptable. So he's crossed that threshold. So hope he enjoys it.
Mhm.
So the next I don't know if anybody else had anything on this game or not.
I didn't get your take there, hater. What's your take
On what?
on who wins?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't. I said everything about that. I think Denver takes care of business. I think it should be. They should handle him. They should handle him honestly. But I'll give the Bills their respect. I say 24-17 Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I kind of agree with that in the sense that it is. I think it's going to be a. I've seen some people placate this out to be this offensive shootout and stuff. I don't think it's going to be anything of the sort. I think it's going to be a defensive thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to
Yeah.
be a low scoring game at the end of the day.
Yep.
I do too.
And plus, since Denver should be able to run the ball on this team, so that should shorten up the game.
Well,
I
we'll
think.
see. I mean, and that's the question mark. Because right now they don't. And I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. Was the fact that, and this is what worries me being a Denver fan, is the fact that Denver does not have a banger. They
Right.
don't have that. They don't have that third down back. I mean, RJ Harvey, he's great in the pipes, and he can actually, take the receiving yards and stuff like that. But they don't have somebody that can get the really tough yards.
Right.
So that's the only thing that Denver is sorely lacking at. I mean, when they lost, what's his name,
J.K. Dobbins.
JK. When they lost him, that was a huge loss.
Yeah.
So now they're actually having to put everything on McMillan and Harvey. That's the only thing that has me a little bit worried. Their wide receiver core is fine. I mean, they're pretty loaded that. And the other thing is, and I think you brought up this point, is the fact that whether they can throw the ball well, because
Mhm.
they've been so inconsistent with that. What version of him are you going to be getting? I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
This one is very, very tough to predict. But
Yeah.
next
We'll
year,
see which Bo Nix shows up. The Auburn Bo Nix or the Oregon Bo Nix. We'll see. But
yeah,
But
Or the
I
Francis
think
Bueller Bo Nix.
yeah.
yeah. But we can take it to the next game, and I think this one is going to be a doozy. The 49ers go to the Seattle Seahawks on a Saturday night.
You think this one's going to be a doozy?
The only reason why is because of Sam Darnold. I'm sorry. I don't believe in the dude. I never believed in the dude. I think I've been consistent on this show about how this man will collapse under pressure. The more pressure it is, the more he has the greater the chances of him collapsing under pressure. So they have home field. They have the number 1 seed, and they have a very injury riddled 49er team coming to their house at night. Well, when do ghosts come out, y'all? Hmm?
Man,
When do ghosts come out?
At night.
They come out at night.
Yeah.
So I'm calling a big upset here. I'm calling the 49ers to actually upset the Seahawks 17-10.
Wow.
Oh, that's a bold statement. Okay, I'm going to go completely the other way. I think Seattle is actually going to completely own the 49ers, and I think it's going to
Yeah.
be 1-10.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree with that, Angry Joy. I think it's going to be an ass whooping. I really do. Seattle's defense is for real, dude. It's for real. So whatever Darnold decides to do, that defense is going to be the reason why they win this freaking game.
I mean, there's literally a 7-point spread on this game.
Yeah, that should tell you something.
That's fucking huge. So now, if you get this one right, there, Rico, I owe you a lunch. How about that?
Hey, I like that. Hey, I like lunch bets.
There you go.
All right, that'll work.
Between beers and lunch and a bottle of whiskey, I think everybody made out pretty well, man.
I was going to say that makes for a very fine evening. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure as shit does.
Yeah. Is it okay? So I'll just ask this. Is it just strictly because of the injuries on the 49ers side of the house? Is that why y'all feel that way?
Yes, for me.
Partially, but that's definitely a big part of it. But Seattle's defense is really good, but with them losing Kittle, that's God bless America. That's
Yeah.
big. That's big.
Yeah. But I just can't underestimate the way Kyle Shanahan has been dialing things up. I just I just can't knock the guy. I really can't.
Oh, he's awesome. He really is. But I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's in a bad place.
Yeah, he's walking into a wasp nest, man, because that defense is gonna hit Purdy all game long.
Yeah.
I'm predicting right now at least 4 sacks. At least.
Hmm.
Coverage sacks.
Coverage sacks. Okay.
Yeah, I think 4.
Um. Yeah. I y'all's rationale is not wrong. It's definitely not wrong. It's just I don't know. Sometimes when special things happen, and it seemed like just when you thought that the 49ers couldn't make the playoffs because of their injuries, they end up making the playoffs. And honestly, it one if not the toughest, the second toughest division in all of football. Then they go to the defending champs. Oh, they don't have a chance because of all the injuries they have. Well, they lose a guy, they lose one of their key guys, and they still win the game. So it's just like, okay, what else can't they do? It's like it's just, sometimes special seasons happen before we know it. So I'm not going to count them out. Okay, so that takes us to the Sunday games, and the first one on the slate is the battle of young quarterbacks, Houston at New England, and oof,
Well, interestingly, New England is the favorite on this one by what, 3.5 points?
yep, which is about right because normally the home team gets 3. So
That's
it's essentially a
serious.
pick 'em. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, honestly, if there was to be an upset, it's going to be this game. I actually am predicting the Texans, and I hate to say it, but if CJ Stroud can figure out how to get out of his way and actually do some shit, I think that they're going to actually win, uh, 24-21, Houston.
I think they're the Houston Texans defense. I, I think they're on a special tear right now, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a story, and if we have time, I'll talk about it about Danielle Hunter specifically, and how he has broken the franchise. If we have time, I'll speak on it later. But between those two at defensive end, and then the secondary that they have, I mean, they come to play, dude. They love to hit people.
Yeah,
They
they're not.
remind me so much of like just old, just I know for our age group to say old school sounds like a lot, but like they just remind me of like those like 90s Steelers teams, like with Greg Lloyd and Kevin Green and
Palomalu,
Paul. Yeah, like yeah, you know what I mean? Just
Garrison.
yeah, like you just like they come in the they're gonna smack you in the mouth multiple times, and there's nothing, and we'll see what you do about it. Like so. And unfortunately for Drake May, I think this is where the magic season ends. And honestly, I think they get blown off the field. I feel like a 24-10 beatdown coming. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
whoa. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Shit.
Yep.
Well, let me just say this: those Texas boys, those Texans, they ain't afraid of no cold because it was really cold in
Well, in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be cold in New England, so they ain't gonna care about that. They out there playing it sleeveless. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way they can get after the quarterback with just their defensive line. Their corner is really good.
Yes.
He's like a who's that dude
Um.
from the Niners clone? Oh my god, he's on
What?
Amazon Prime Football.
Oh, you talking about Richard Sherman?
Yes, yes. He
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
reminds me of him a lot.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
so I think if Drake May, I mean, who's he really going to throw to? To be honest with you, I think you're going to see a lot of 2 tight end sets,
Yeah.
maybe a lot of ISO twin, some quick slants, but Ramondre Stevenson, I don't even think he's going to be able to pop off in this game because I think they're going to be able to shut him down. So
Yeah.
I got it. I got this game being 24-12. I think the points are going to be all field goals from New England.
So the only thing that scares me about my prediction in the fact that the Patriots lose is Ramondre Stevenson after his 3-touchdown game. I mean, that was pretty impressive. I mean, he's a beastie runner, but
Yeah.
they are playing against a really, really, really nasty defensive line. I mean, my God, they are stacked.
Yeah, and they pride themselves on shutting down their best player. Like they take that as a badge of honor too. So
yeah,
and their linebackers are studs too and fast.
Yes.
So I mean, these guys know how to
yeah,
ball.
they fly all over the field. Yeah, and Stephon Diggs, even against the Chargers, and their defense is not bad either. And Stephon Diggs didn't even show up. So Drake May is going to need him to, whatever veteran experience he has, he's going to need every bit of it against this team. So if he doesn't show up and give you more than 2 receptions, then it's going to be a quick trip back to the crib. So
yeah, I think Stephon Diggs is going to have like maybe I would say less than 60 yards receiving. I think he's going to get shut down, but I think tight end's probably going to have 8 catches for
3 carries, maybe 50 yards.
For who? For Ramondre?
Diggs.
Oh, Diggs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's probably going to have like 3 or 4 catches. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be very disappointing for them. And for all you Cardi B fans, just be ready for her to be upset.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that
I think
kind of reminds me.
Mm.
That reminds me of something. So I was talking to a Patriots fan about this game at work, and I was trying to tell him, I read off the statistics of the Texans defense and stuff like that. After a while, you know what? I just began to realize it's like a bee never wastes his energy trying to convince a fly that honey is better than shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just stopped. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm done. So, anyway, I had to get that off my chest. Sorry about that.
I never heard that before.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's true though. There's a lot to it, man. You could use that in probably a lot of other situations too.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Feel free to use that whenever you want, sir.
Appreciate that. I will use it. Okay. So last game is, I think, it's going to be the most fun. The Rams versus the Bears. 6:30, a Sunday night. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Rams are the
Rams
favorite.
are the favorites, 3.5 points.
3.5. Okay. Yeah. So, whew, man, me being a Lions fan, this is tugging on my heartstrings a little bit. So I got my old quarterback and my old offensive coordinator going up against each other. But I think it's just I think it's 1 year too early for the Bears. They've already had, they had their high, already. They gotten the city hope, right? And they'll have something to look forward to going into next season. But I think this is, Stafford's swan song to get, his trying to get another Super Bowl under his belt. So I think they're going to take care of business in this game, and he's definitely not afraid of the weather down there. So, he's used to it. He's done it before, and I'm going to say, I say the Rams win in a close one here. I'm going to go 28-27, Rams.
Not a bad take. This one is actually really tough to call here. Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, it is in LA, right? So
it's in Chicago.
Oh, it is. Ooh, that makes things even more complicated.
Mhm.
Lord have mercy.
You think them LA boys are going to be able to handle that Chicago cold? Because it's something different.
Yes.
Man, I don't know. LA is just so up and down, but so is Chicago. That's the tricky thing. But I think at the end of the day, I'm with you there, hater. I think they're 1 year out from being a real true contender. So it's going to be a close one. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a nail biter, like you said. I'm going to say 21-17 Rams.
Oh, okay. So you know what? I was gonna go Rams, but fuck it. I'm gonna rock the boat. I'm gonna go Bears. You know why? Because I want to be able to see them go. I'm a fan of Ben Johnson, even though he didn't come to the Raiders, but for good reason. I understand why he turned us down. But I just love that moxie that he's bringing. Like he's reigniting rivalries between the Packers and the Bears. When he's saying "F the
Yeah,
Packers" in the locker
yeah,
room,
man,
like,
yeah,
bro, I'm gonna ride all day with you, bro. Let's do it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Let's go. Let's get it. So I'm gonna go with the Bears because I'm fully behind Ben Johnson on this, and I want to see that man succeed.
Wow. Okay.
So I got the score. It's gonna be. I think Matthews. He's gonna carve the Bears up. I mean, he's gonna get his. But I have it 27-24, and it's gonna come down to the last 4 minutes of the game, just like this past weekend.
Mm.
Bears.
Okay. All right. Like I say, it's definitely gonna be a fun. It's gonna be a fun time. So
Oh yeah.
it should be very interesting. Okay. Well,
There should
that's
be.
it.
You know what? If you look across the spectrum as far as like the games that are going to be coming on this week, if you're a defensive fan, you got the Texans and Patriots game. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
if you want to see some fireworks, you got the Broncos and the Bills, or you got the Rams and the Bears. That's going to be some fireworks. So it should be a little something for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Okay. Well, that's it for our NFL preview. We'll save. We'll talk about the college stuff when we have our full squad here.
Yeah. And at some point, we're also going to have to do a fantasy football solely episode to kind of talk about playoffs and outcomes and setups and shit like that at some point. So stay tuned for that, everybody.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Well, cool. So then let's go ahead and finish this off, man. Let's start with some kiss my grits. You know, if somebody's annoyed you or something you see is not right, or if you want to just call somebody to the woodshed, that's time to do it. Or if you have an Alamo minute, shout out to a business that's doing something positive or a community member that's doing something positive, or maybe it's in your own life, whatever. Either way, you pick which one you want to do, or you can do both. Let's start with you, Hater. You got any?
Oh boy. I hate to do this, but I'm going to need the NFL All Pro Selection Committee to come on down and get that lip
Oh,
chap ready. The watering down of standards. I mean, society alone is bad enough, but you managed to screw around with the All Pro team selections. What in the bloody hell? And I'm gonna need a live participation here from you, gentlemen. Okay, I just need just a quick answer from y'all. How many positions are there on offense?
11.
Okay, so how can there be 12 first team All Pro members?
Are they including the kicker? No, I
No,
don't.
no. You would think so, but no. They decided that this year they were going to introduce an all-purpose position. So you have the quarterback, you have two running backs, you have two wide receivers, you have a tight end, and you have the offensive lineman. But then they decided to throw in an all-purpose position. Now, look, I understand you want to find a reason. First of all, Christian McCaffrey definitely deserves to be on an all-pro team. Let's start with that. Okay. But the fact that you're trying to be slick and put him in as an all-purpose position, what in the bloody hell are y'all thinking? This is not how that's supposed to work. This is exactly why you have a all-pro first team and an all-pro second team. Now, I will say for another day whether I agree of who you have at running back for the all-pro team. That's a completely separate discussion. But the simple fact that you had the all-pro position, or not all-pro, the all-purpose position, and you give it to a running back, it's bad. Okay, you can't do that because now they don't introduce people, especially when they have the accolades in the year-end rewards. They don't say, hey, I'd like to welcome to 2025 All-Pro, All-Purpose Christian McCaffrey. That's not how it says. they will introduce them as all-pro running back, all-pro wide receiver, all-pro quarterback, such and such, such and such. There's no such thing as an all-pro. I mean, there's no such thing as an all-pro, all-purpose. That's not how that works. I get tired of this enough with the college football, and they try to invite everybody to the damn party. But what y'all not gonna do is ruin the all-pro team by adding positions all willy-nilly. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So please let this be the only year that we have this nonsense. Please. I hope you get all the ridicule that you deserve. And I already know that some NFL players are absolutely upset by this, and they need to keep speaking loudly on this so that they don't do it again. Because if you keep doing that, it's going to run into a problem later on where people have Hall of Fame consideration. Because now they're going to say, "Oh my God." Of course, with Christian McCaffrey, it's not going to be a problem. But if you keep this on, you're going to end up having people in the Hall of Fame that shouldn't be, because they have like all these all-pro selections for an all-purpose position. Get out of here. So NFL All-Pro Selection Committee is my whole grist for this nonsense. I can't think of a better word right now. Good Lord.
Can you do me a favor though?
Sure.
Can you say bloody hell in an English accent for me?
I really can't. I don't
Bloody
have I can't do that. Did I bloody hell?
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
I did? Okay, well, I didn't mean to, but okay.
That's funny. No, I was just when you were saying that, I was like, dang man, I think I'm watching like what's that Peaky Blinders or something, you know?
I was gonna say that was one hell of a time. Yeah, that's one hell of a tirade there, man. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm tired of people just watering down shit. Just stop, man.
Yo, I get it.
Anyway.
What about Alamo Minute? You have one of those? Or you good there?
No, I don't have Alamo Minute this week. I'm good.
Okay. All right. And your joy?
No, it would seem that Hater with Facts is perpetually pissed. I mean, which kind of downgrades my name, you know? It's just really fucking weird, you know? I mean, I thought that I was supposed to be the angry one, but no, I got
off
nothing.
on him, man.
Yeah, we hang out together, man. It happens.
Yeah. Bad influences all the way around.
Yep.
I guess I'm influenced the fucking pod, right? No, I got nothing this week, boys.
I don't either. I don't have either. So anyway, so that concludes tonight's podcast. We really appreciate your support. If you want to get a hold of us, Hater with Facts can kind of tell you how to do all that.
Yes, absolutely. So if you want to, you can catch us on Apple, Spotify, and Overcast at The 210 Show. If you want to catch us on YouTube, we're at The 210 Pod. If you want to hit us up on email, there's j@the210show.com or Hater, H8R with FAQS at the210show.com. And we appreciate every comment. We appreciate every like. And please, if you can't leave a comment, just share the show with a friend. We'll really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Oh, not only that, but you know, hit us up if there's a topic that you guys would like to hear about, you know, get our take on, just let us know, please. You know, we'd love to talk about all things sports. So please hit us up.
Yep. Sports and talking a little shit. Ain't got no better than that, than with your boys and people. I don't care what team you cheer for. As long as you like sports, we can talk shit and agree on a lot of the things. That's what makes sports so spectacular. It doesn't care what race you are, what political belief, if you're poor, if you're rich, if you're fat or skinny. Doesn't matter. Sports is a unifier all across the board.
Unless you're a Raider fan, then you can go fuck
Hey, watch your mouth. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful.
Damn you, we're on
Don't be disrespectful. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Please again, like, subscribe, and we will talk to y'all later.